Howdy, folks. There is no sound coming through YouTube. Okay, now it is. Are you there, Mike? Hello, Mike, are you there? I guess he is not around, or his mic is still muted. Then you guys get to deal with my voice this morning. Suckers.
Time.
Oh, wait, did I just hear a voice? Or was that in my head?
Seriously, can you not hear me?
No, wow, I'm hearing a voice that's not in my head. Wow. Suckers. I can hear you now, dude. Oh, wait, did I just hear a voice?
What is going on right now?
Mute your YouTube.
I don't have YouTube up. Seriously, can you not hear me?
Neither do I.
So, I don't know what the hell just happened. I think OBS had a freak out because it turned off my microphone and it turned off, I don't know what the hell was going on.
Okay, there's no more echo. That's good. Okay. I thought I was hearing a voice in my head. I'm like, no, it's too early for that.
So for the last few minutes when I was talking to myself, no one could hear me, so I was really just talking to myself because OBS decided to turn off my microphone.
Hey, it's okay to talk to yourself just as long as you do not involve a third party.
Well, then let me get started properly and just say, howdy, folks. This is Vile Mike here, and I'm an idiot because I didn't realize that OBS had turned off my microphone. So how you doing, Elihu?
I think I'm awake. I'm not sure yet.
Thanks, Darius. I have no idea what was going on. Although I did get the little notification when I turned on OBS that it's supposed to update, and I just said no at the time to not update because I was about to do a live stream, and I'm wondering if that had something to do with it.
Probably. Good, it wasn't my only end because Darius said he couldn't hear you either.
Well, yeah, because when I checked my settings on OBS, my microphone was turned off. So, I don't know why.
I don't know why. I was just following the fly. I guess she wanted an appetizer.
Did you hit yourself in the head really hard, Elihu?
Yeah, there's no Tweety birds. It's just TARDISes. It's just TARDIS.
That's what I thought.
Saying Doctor Who everywhere I go. Come on. 42-minute episode coming up soon. Yeah, the new episode's only 42 minutes long.
Okay, well, in all honesty, I have not watched Doctor Who since Capaldi left, but that's because the way I watched it, because I don't have BBC or anything like that here, is I would wait for the season to come out, and then I would just rent it from the library, because it was the best way to get in it. Or at least for me. But with COVID and everything, the libraries have been closed, and I just haven't bothered doing it. So
the library's open here.
Oh, and I wasn't paying attention. Dandelion is in the chat because she said on LDG stream she's going to go for a walk instead of join me up here, because apparently going for a walk is more important to her than hanging out and doing a nerd chat on my channel.
Jeez.
And Yvette's going out to dinner. Mrs. Vile's traveling right now. She's seeing some family in southern Mexico. So it's like all the ladies in my life are leaving me, except for the ones who can't because they're my children.
They can't run away. They're not 18 yet.
Well, Caddy's 18.
Well, mentally 18.
But in fact, after the live stream, I'm going to pick up all the kids, and we're going out to late lunch.
Food. Actually, I should get food in my system.
She's still going to go for her walk, but she's going to wait till she finishes her tea. Well, why don't you come up here then? That way we can have some more people to bounce stuff off of.
Instead of just me rambling.
In fact, all right, let me...
You have your tea? I have my coffee.
No, not going to do it.
Can I do it? Can I do it?
Yeah. I was talking with my 11-year-old earlier this week about the Star Trek stuff, and she thinks Star Trek is lame and stupid, so I'm going to try to get her into watching something Star Trek related with me and Caddy. That way we can try to get her into it too.
Okay, might I suggest Salty Truckers We Didn't Start the Cannon video?
You there, Dandelion, or are you having issues with your mic too?
Hello, I'm here.
Okay.
I was just waiting for you guys to, finish talking.
Well, be glad LDG's not on here. Otherwise, you would never get a word in.
Nope, I did actually have that issue like not 5 minutes ago when, well, like not 10 minutes ago when I was over there. Your filter does not work when you take a sip of tea. It's sort of like there's a second. It's like I can see you hiding behind the guy in the hoodie.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is that supposed to be a hoodie? I thought it was a nun's habit.
It's a hoodie, dude. Look at the
hoodie. He's got like a goatee and some like,
I thought you were like
glasses.
doing a cosplay of Sister Mary Elihu, patron saint of marijuana.
Yeah, most I don't think habits are generally zip up, and they don't generally have like pull strings for the hood.
No, because I am the knight. I am vengeance.
You haven't seen some of the new ones.
Stoned.
Yeah, I probably haven't.
I like my Batman.
I live in Southern California. I've seen nuns wearing a habit and a bikini.
Okay.
That makes sense. I mean, a habit would be really, like they wear the wimple and then a bikini.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of funny when you see them walking down, and they're still all incredibly polite. They're incredibly, all that kind of stuff, but they're wearing freaking bikinis, and it's funny as all hell.
Well, I'm pagan, so it doesn't matter to me. They can wear whatever they want. I mean, people can walk around naked as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it's Canada, so nobody does because it's too cold, but
it's illegal to walk around naked here. They passed a law a couple of years ago. You can't walk around naked anymore.
I think you can still.
Can't you still walk around topless? Sorry for interrupting you, Dandelion.
I think you can here.
Technically,
I mean, who's going to do that? I don't even want to. I don't want to see anybody walking around topless. To be honest, I don't want to see dudes walking around topless or ladies walking around topless, because it's usually on really hot days and everybody looks all gross and sweaty.
Reminds me of a few years back. I was doing some work, and I don't want to say what I was doing exactly, but I was basically doing repair work. Mm-hmm. And the guy that hired me to do some work repairing his trailer out in a area of San Diego County that's like on the east side. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize until I got there that the trailer park that his trailer was located in was a nudist colony.
Well, that's nice. Did you have to be nude to go there?
No, it was optional as all hell. But I didn't realize it until one of the guys comes up to drives up on a little golf cart to find out why I'm working on this guy's trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And he's wearing nothing but a shirt and a hat.
Okay.
And from the vantage point when he pulled up, I couldn't see that he wasn't wearing anything. So
well, he was wearing something. He was wearing a hat and a shirt
from the waist down. And he goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, excuse me, this is so and so's property. What are you doing on this property?" Like, "Oh, I'm here to do, work on, his computer stuff."
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Oh, well, hi." He gets out of the golf cart and says, "Hi, I'm Sam." And all I could see was two giant old man balls hanging down to his knees.
Yeah, and I bet you he was like, I bet you he didn't trim either, so they were like dangling out of like a giant bushy fur.
And yeah, I damn near fell over.
Yeah. See, I don't mind. I mean, you be you, wear what you want, do what you want with your body. But I don't always want to look at that.
Okay, here's a note for everybody who's watching. Guys, if ladies can trim for us, we can trim for... Guys, if ladies can trim for us, we can trim for them, okay?
Just tidying. Like, I mean, not too short, because there's nothing worse than stubble on stubble action.
Oh, yeah.
Tidy.
I know we're supposed to be doing nerd chat, but that reminds me of a funny story of my youth.
Trim for us, why can't we trim for them?
When I was a much younger man, I went to a bar and I started hitting on this about 40-year-old lady. I didn't realize she was 40 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And when she found out how old I was, she decided to, instead of going out or talking or doing anything like that, she decided to offer me a $200 to shave all the hair off my body.
Wow.
And being a young man wanting money, I was like, sure.
Yeah.
Never again.
Yeah, no, there's nothing worse than the hair growing back afterwards. You'd really need to exfoliate to get that to like not be horrible.
Oh, yeah. Like the weeks afterwards were just itchy as all hell.
Yeah,
over.
If you had known, you would just have known to exfoliate really well. But yeah, nothing worse than it growing back in. Oh, especially you got to wear clothes and you get stubble. Oh my god,
I did that before.
So bad. See, this is why you don't want me on here. Immediately, the
I'm a very hairy
conversation
person,
is like dragging the bottom of the gutter.
I'm a hairy person like a Sasquatch.
Sorry, I don't know if you realize this, but I'm already in the gutter.
I know, but you know what? Nobody necessarily wants their stream to be like, trying to claw its way out of a muddy gutter. Yay!
Yeah, you gotta watch out when you go bald, man. Okay.
You've seen me. I'm bald, Elihu.
Yeah, but I've got a glare going on.
Choice, but...
Sorry, I just had to blow kisses to Yvette.
No complaints there. I do it too, except my camera's not plugged in.
Well, I'm feeling kind of like morning-y, so I didn't want my camera on. Sorry.
I just barely quickly wet my hair down so I can actually go on
see,
camera.
I did not, so I've still got like the morning-y crazy bushy hair, so I'm just gonna let my
it doesn't help that right now I haven't shaved my head or my face in like 2 weeks, and I had a big old cyst on my cheek, which means now I can't shave until that goes away.
Right.
So,
Yvette, are you coming?
It's like I'm definitely not turning on my camera
because my teacup is empty now. I should go for my hike.
My coffee cup is not.
Well, I had already had some tea before I joined Pickles, and then I came to see Pickles, and then I came here for a brief moment, and now my teacup is empty. And I have to go for my hike because I need to do a bunch of stuff before Chris Knight has a stream I usually go on Sundays. Unless he canceled it today, in which case it doesn't really matter. All bets are off.
I haven't seen a notification yet.
Yeah, but I know he's been kind of busy, so he might just have not put it up. I'll send him a text message. Yeah,
I haven't done anything to promote this live stream at all this week. Although I did start trying to post some YouTube shorts from the Orville stream, from the Orville Jeopardy. Don't know if you guys saw those. And how you doing, Yvette?
Yay, Yvette.
Yeah, just catching my breath. I was running around. I try and do dinner early so I can catch you because it's 5:15 here. So
5:16.
Yeah. So Mum got spam fritters. I don't know if anyone remembers them from the war, but they started making them again. So she's having spam
fritters.
Yeah,
I've heard of them.
Yeah,
that doesn't sound like something I would eat.
It's something I would never eat.
I mean, in general, spam is just like...
It was the war food. That's why
like
Mum likes it.
Ooze? Isn't
Yes.
it kind of like hot dogs, but extra salty and without
it's
any,
very
like,
salty.
casings?
Yeah, in a tin and will last through a
All right.
nuclear storm.
Damn. Yeah, it's just not a thing I can eat. I need to be able to recognize, like...
I might be showing my southern side a little bit here, but spam and eggs is a great start to the morning.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
no,
Hawaiian.
I'll stick with bacon, thanks.
Spam and eggs is Hawaiian.
Fritters, well, there you go, Val. They just launched a new range. I'm sure over there as well.
Oh,
Actual
sounds like no wrap up
spam
today.
itself. It's not fake spam. It's real spam in a tin, fritters that you cook in the oven.
And yes, Mike, they do have pumpkin spice flavored spam.
I did not know that. Now I would choose not to eat it.
No.
But thanks to my father, my Caddy's grandfather, Caddy loves spam.
Yeah, actually, my sister's a big fan of spam.
She won't
due to
eat
my
hot dogs,
grandparents.
she'll eat spam.
Yep. Oh yeah. And of course, my mother was actually weaned on the stuff. She was born in 1939. The start
Right,
of the war.
I'm putting another kettle on. I'm just gonna mute while I do.
there
will be no. It sounds like there'll be no wrap up today. Chris says he's got a horrible migraine, so.
Oh.
So yeah.
Hey Norm, yes, Monty Python has got the spam skit. You're right. During the war, spam was one of the things you could get hold of here in England. So it was a treat when you had the tins because you could keep them for when it got really desperate, which it did at some points. I mean, it was 6 years of it. And spam was, honest to God, my parents both of them were brought up on spam as small children. Mum was born the year the war started, but my dad was older. And and of course they carried the tradition on with us. I, of course, had taste buds and immediately told them that was disgusting and never had to eat it again. My sister yummed it down because, well, that's my sister. There you go.
You know, Yvette, it costs about $2.40 for a can of spam here.
It's not that cheap here. You'd be surprised. Real spam. I mean, I would never buy like in-house, supermarkets. I don't know if they do. Oh, sorry guys, I'll be back in a sec.
No worries. Yeah, I was gonna say you can't Google nuns in bikinis. You don't get nuns in bikinis if you Google that. You just get lots of naked ladies that don't appear to have anything to do with the Catholic Church. Well, that's very tasteful.
Really? Because I just Googled nuns in bikinis. I almost typed nuns in bikinis San Diego just to see what would happen, but
well, I actually Googled nuns in bikinis, but I used DuckDuckGo, so it's Bing, I suppose.
Did you add the word Sally?
I mean, there's
Field?
nothing. You don't want that to keep showing up in your your ads and stuff.
But hey, guys, I'm not sure if I'm remembering correctly or not.
Yeah, and yes, that is Kate Upton, Darius, but that was the first one that popped up, so that's why I clicked on it.
Hey guys, didn't Sally Field wear a bikini and a habit in The Flying Nun? I don't feel like Googling that, but I'm not sure. Wow, even the crickets are looking it up.
I did not know that, Indy. I was trying to see if I could find one
Look for Sally
from
Field.
San Diego, but I can't. There, the images are just pictures of nuns next to women in bikinis, because apparently that's a thing.
Okay. Shit, damn it, paper.
God, influencers are so freaking annoying.
Let me check this.
Okay. Right. I'll have to go back over to Pickles for a second so I can have him mention that there's no wrap up, because most of the people who go there go here. Chris is like hiding in his dungeon, so maybe he's getting his captives to give him a temple rub or something.
I do see Sally Field in bikini, but not in habit in bikini. Unless she wore a bikini when she had to have it.
Yeah, I think you're talking about this.
That's not Sally Field.
Nope.
Well, that's what came up for that.
She was the flying nun, for Pete's sakes. Come on. The most famous TV nun.
Well, that link was from. Let me go to the link.
She's hot in bikini. I can tell you that.
It says the Flying Nun IMDb. That's where that image is from. Maybe it's backstage or something. I don't know.
Yeah, all I'm seeing is her in a habit. Okay,
How you doing, Indy? Apparently, he didn't like me showing an image of nuns in bikinis. And I'm kidding, Indy. All right, we're going to try this again.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Oh, there he is. How you doing, man?
Good. Yeah, Sally Field played Gidget as well as the Flying Nun. So
yeah, that's the images I was looking for. I was looking at with her in a bikini. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't find anything with her in her habits.
Yeah, I don't think she was. She might have. There might have been one surfing episode, maybe. Where I don't think so though.
She was surfing in her habit once. I know one episode. I know that.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure about bikini.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think I've ever seen that show.
I used to watch it as a kid. Holy shit! Did I just age myself?
Yeah, so did I. So I mean, older people know these things. What's funny is that show was based on a book of all things. The Flying Nun. It's like the Flying Nun is based on a book. Really?
Well, I know that the Flying Nun is an actual story in Christian mythology. So.
Oh, really? That's
it
pretty
is.
cool.
I never heard about that.
Maybe it's not nun. Maybe it's priest. But I'll look it up real quick.
I think you're talking about one of the miracles about the one guy. What was his name? Daniel. I think it was Daniel. One guy was doing the miracles and he levitated in front of the group, and the guy. I forgot. It's been a while since I read mythology.
It's
like, quick to the Google mobile.
Ask Jeeves. He knows all.
Ask Jeeves. That's hilarious. So how is everybody on this fine Sunday?
Oh, I'm just peachy.
Yeah.
Started off with some mic issues because OBS decided to turn off my microphone. So there's like 3 minutes of just silence of watching my screen go through space.
Oh, so you started off the Star Trek motion picture route. I gotcha. Okay.
And then when I finally turned the mic on, it just started repeating everything that was going on until I had to turn that part off.
Wow.
Apparently, turning on my mic on one side turned on the mic on the other side as well. Both the mic on the laptop and the mic that's plugged in.
That's different. That's something I've never seen.
Yeah, it was basic. Hang on, it was basically like YouTube backdrop. Oh, it's this.
Yeah.
I hate this one. Damn it, I hate this one. The monkey in the suit.
You look like you're about to be presented to someone who's on the MTV Music Awards, Elihu.
Hey, wait a minute now. Come on.
So your 11-year-old doesn't like Star Trek. That's interesting.
She thinks it's boring. Now, she did think that we, with her younger brother Jake and her older sister Addie, we all watched the first episode of Star Trek Prodigy, and she liked that because she didn't realize it was Star Trek. She was like, "Well, this is kind of cool." What because she has no idea what's going on. She thought the ship looked cool, and then at the very end, when Janeway showed up as the hologram, she goes, "Wait, that looks like someone from that thing that you and Caddy reviewed." And I'm like, "Yeah, this is Star Trek." And she goes, "Okay, this is boring now."
Oh my, dude, that's like Bird going, "Okay, I'm loving the show. Wait, Greta Grunberg's voice. Nope, I'm out in the first 5 seconds.
Yeah.
What could you like the What If? What the hell? Come on, dude. We love you, Bird. I'm just fucking with you.
Greta Thunberg needs to talk to
Greta Grunberg. I'm out.
Greta Thunberg needs to be talking to the engineers who are actually trying to save the planet and the environmental scientists. She doesn't need to be talking to politicians. Politicians are idiots.
Yeah, but the problem is they're the ones that get to make the policies, and they get to be the ones that are influenced by the idiot voters.
Yeah, and they're making it more and more restrictive to develop property, for example, in the United States, because the policies are set by the EPA, and the EPA is trying to save the planet.
Yeah. See, I can't go with some of my Republican right-wing family members because they're the ones who think that, who gives a shit about the environment? The rapture is going to be happening soon anyway. Like, I don't want to make economic and environmental policies on when the rapture is going to happen.
Yes, exactly. And good Lord, do these people have children? Because it's like they're basically saying, "Oh yeah, you're not going to have a very long life, so screw you."
Yeah. But
basically trying to put a band-aid over a bullet wound.
Exactly.
Hey, as someone who's been shot twice, putting a band-aid over a bullet sometimes helps.
Okay, it depends on where you get shot, okay? Never mind.
I got shot in the foot and shot in the shin.
Shot in the shin, band-aid, yes. Foot, wrap it up.
Okay, so somebody was holding a gun pointed at the ground and accidentally pulled the trigger? Is that what happened?
Okay, the first time it happened was I was shot by my little brother. Our neighbor was given my neighbor was 12 years old and he was given a 22 by his dad.
Okay, Jesus.
So of course we took it out to the field that we lived next to, and we were out shooting stuff. And when my brother had his turn, he thought he would do the movie thing and shoot the ground in front of me and he was like, "I want to make you dance." And he shot the ground in front of me, but the problem is it hit a rock and ricocheted, and bullet fragments hit my shin.
Oh,
ouch.
So this is why you don't give 12-year-olds a fucking gun.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I've been shot point blank range, but it was by a BB gun.
I've been shot by BB guns and paintball guns plenty of times, point blank. So,
Ooh, sorry.
My sister basically held the BB gun up to my chest and pulled the trigger.
Ow.
Yeah.
I've had that happen too, and had to dig out the BB because it buried itself about a good centimeter into my flesh.
That hurts.
The second time I was shot was also by a family member. Because as I said, my family was right-wing conservatives who are gun nuts, and they decided to teach my youngest cousin how to shoot a .44 Magnum when he was 7 years old.
Oh, the pullback, dude! What the fuck?
Holy crap! How does a 7-year-old handle a frickin' 44?
I couldn't handle
it. He does it by shooting me in the toe with the 44.
Did you lose the toe?
Okay, I had just started working. I just graduated high school, and I was working full time as a warehouse manager for a HVAC company. But I also had to do stuff out in the field, so I had to wear my steel toes everywhere.
Yep.
I happened to be wearing my steel toes at the time.
Oh, thank God.
Bullet hit the steel toe part, bent it around my toes, and we had to cut the boot off my foot because it was cutting off circulation to my toes.
Damn.
And of course, my family was like, we can't call the cops because they might get mad.
I'd be like, you're calling the damn cops because a 7-year-old shouldn't be handling a gun.
Despite the fact that we had, 30 some odd people at this family gathering, no one decided to call 911 or get me treated for having the circulation cut off to 4 of my toes.
Well, the boot did its job, Mike.
Yeah, without that boot, I would have lost a good chunk of my foot.
Yeah.
And of course, they just played it off as a big funny ha-ha moment. I'm like, in retrospect, I'm like, no, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, seriously.
Life lessons, important to learn. Not going to ever do it again, are you?
And I say stories like this, and people wonder why I'm pro gun safety stuff, and they're like, "Well, you just want to take their guns away." It's like, no, you need to be fucking responsible with these things. They hurt people. They kill people.
That's what they're designed to do.
And I say this as someone who owns guns.
Okay.
Hey, I believe you have the right to own a gun as long as you're not a felony, as long as you get responsible, as long as you actually know how to do it. I mean, a 16-year-old can have a gun, but sometimes they're not mentally capable of handling one or shooting one. Some people are, some people are not. Some kids are, some kids are not. Depends on the individual. Of course, states got regulations here in other states. Sorry to that.
Well,
we don't have
I learned to shoot as a youngish, because it's part of where I grew up. Obviously, hunting and things like that. Birds mainly. Hunting season. Sorry?
Did you hunt fox?
No. I don't like blood sports. The birds were fine because it was like a culling, because pheasants breed and you ate them.
Is just torture for the animal.
Yeah, that's horrible. It is horrible.
My family in Texas, whenever we went hunting for food. So
exactly my principle.
Like, we're allowed to bag 4 deer, but we only need 1. So all we're going to do is hunt 1. There are people out there that hunt all 4 just because they can.
Yeah,
that's stupid,
and that's wrong too. I've never been animal hunting. I was taught how to set rabbit traps because there are millions of rabbits here, and my mother likes to eat them. So
they are delicious.
Yes,
yeah, they are.
Yeah. So I learned how to do a rabbit trap, but I never caught one. But they say first time It depends where you're brought up in England as to what you were put through. I was very how you imagine the English to be. I am stereotypical to the point that I was brought up in the Greenbelt, south of London, and taught all the stuff that England's famous for. So, and then I moved up north and became responsible again. But no, I haven't spent as much time in England as I could have. But it, what I learned. I was on a farm. I learned how to milk a cow at 6 years old because I like milk, and I wanted it on my breakfast. So I'd get up before everyone, go out, nudge the cow awake, get my milk in a bucket, and bring it back to the kitchen.
The first time I milked a cow, I did it successfully.
Yep. Well, once you know the technique, it's quite easy, but it's a technique you need to learn.
You roll your finger and your thumb when you're pinching down.
Yeah. I never. Okay, when my grandfather tried to teach me how to milk a cow, I couldn't stop laughing long enough to actually listen to him properly, so he sent me back into the house. Because it was the first time my grandfather ever was like, well, you got to grab the teat very hard. And I'm like, firmly but gently. And I'm like, grab the tit, firm but gentle. And he's like, no, the teat, not the tit, the teat. And then he would complain about me being raised in California and then send me back into the house. So again, he's trying to teach like an 8-year-old how to milk a cow who's never been that close to a cow before. So,
oh man, I
recommend everyone should learn how to milk a cow. I think that's an important thing that everyone should know.
Unless you don't drink milk, in which case it doesn't really matter.
And remember, you want to milk the female cow, not the bull, okay?
Oh God!
What amazed me at the time is because these were actual dairy cows. I mean, he didn't have many; he only had like 4. But I couldn't get over the size of the udders that those things have.
Oh,
they are massive.
Yeah, when you see it on the television and it doesn't look that big, when you're up close and personal with a cow, it's like, holy crap!
It's like
at my age at the time, the thing was bigger than me.
It's a pillow. Yeah. It's a huge pillow in front of your head.
Yeah.
See, now I grew up in the suburbs. The closest I came to a cow was when the guy, because it was a farm, and the guy kept part of the farm. And the closest I ever came to a cow growing up was when one of his cows got loose and wandered into our backyard. And then I'd just go over and say, hey, one of your cows is loose in our backyard, and he'd come and get it.
Yeah, I've never tried milking a goat. Apparently, that is very dangerous. And having a friend that had a goat that mowed the lawn, they bought it to mow the lawn. They had a huge lawn, and they're very efficient lawnmowers. Seriously,
yes, they are.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I mean, this thing I wouldn't go near. It used to see me arrive, and it would be at full pace heading towards me, and I'd be open the fucking door.
Oh yeah, those things are mean suckers.
It's it's a female though, because the male goats are super stinky.
Yeah, you were saying about that.
Yes, like Stinky Boy.
Yeah.
Stinky Boy at work.
I don't remember it smelling, but then I was always running away from it, so right. I can't say.
I don't. No, same thing, Yvette. I don't remember the goat smelling, so I couldn't tell you if it was.
If it's female, it wouldn't smell as much. Male goats smell extremely strongly. There's no other way to describe it than goaty. It's one of those smells that it sticks in your nose for the entire day.
If you guys are unaware of what a goat smells like, go to your local zoo and go to the petting area where the kids are. They have goats. Trust me.
Yeah, but if it's females, they don't smell as much. The males are like rank.
Yeah, they'll have the males because of the horns and display for the kids.
Yeah, but females have horns too. Females can have horns as well.
Oh, that's true.
They're just very, very angry animals as far as I'm concerned.
Really? The goats that I know are really nice. They let you pet them.
Apparently the English ones are really knocked off with our weather here. Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I've not met a pleasant goat yet.
I don't. Yeah, my grandfather had one goat on his farm, and he said that was enough.
I can believe it.
I quite like goats. I think they're quite nice. But
Apparently, instead of having nerd chat, we're having farm chat today.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah.
Farm chat. Where's Deej?
Yes,
he's on Pickles.
He's on
the waiting room with Pickles.
Yeah, Deej won't be coming here because he's having beef with me.
Oh, right.
Really?
I haven't
yeah.
gone there yet.
What this time?
We got all political on Twitter a few months back, and he told me to block him, so I did.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Yeah, I never get political with any people here. I keep all my political for not here.
I don't get your political stuff, so I just ignore it all. It's bad enough having Boris Johnson as the Prime Minister here, I can tell you.
I'm sorry.
France has just gone in for the first round of voting for their new president. So, not good enough for Prime Minister.
Speaking of which, did you hear the Indian Prime Minister got ousted?
Pakistani.
Yeah, Pakistani. That's right. Pakistani.
Oh, right. No, I haven't even seen the news today.
No.
I just glanced at it.
It doesn't surprise me. It happens a lot more frequently out there. I think this time last year there was someone was assassinated, I think, in one of those. I don't think it was India. It's certainly in that area, but I'd have to look it up. But yeah,
as we say here, one of the carpet states.
Maybe yes, they do make good carpets. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going into the Google Mobile to see.
No, baby goats are cute.
Baby goats are super adorable.
Baby animals in general are
go,
lovely.
Go, baby.
Really?
Go.
Kick him out.
I mean, they jump around, and it's really cute watching them jump all over the place and jump on the backs of the adults. And
yeah.
We'll see how long you realize it.
Oh, I saw it as soon as it popped up, man. I need some more coffee. Guys, get to look at the rock coil while I get coffee, okay?
Okay, this is stupid. I typed in modern presidential assassinations.
Yeah.
And the first one that comes up is Kennedy.
Well,
no.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Maybe it's not presidential. It was,
Haiti. Gorillas says it was in Haiti.
Haiti, that's it. That was it. Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you, Jordan.
Yeah, I knew it was somewhere.
Sorry, Jordan.
It was this time last year. I'm sure of it. I'm sure it was on a stream as the news broke. I think I actually said,
I don't remember.
Someone's been assassinated. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it's a vague recollection for me too.
Yeah. No, I remember that.
Yeah.
Now that we've identified that it was not
Jordan. No.
Country.
No. I get. Well, it's a big planet.
It is a big planet.
Not that big. There are bigger ones out there.
Yeah, but we can't survive them.
At least a half dozen in this solar system that is near as bigger than this planet.
Well, gas giants are different. It's not like you can walk on gas, Mike.
No, talking about Trappist 3C.
But there
I did say this solar system, Elihu, so that she's correct. This is the largest rocky planet in the solar system.
Yeah.
Well, Venus is almost the same size, isn't it?
Almost the same.
Slightly smaller.
Yeah, Venus is like 89% the size of Earth.
Yeah. But it's the nearest sort of twin planet to ours, but in the wrong part of the solar system. And it's what will happen. They think a good look at what would happen to us if we move out of the Goldilocks zone.
Well, technically, we have
Venus
3
and-
planets in a Goldilocks zone.
Yeah,
It's
Venus,
Venus,
Earth, and Mars
and
were all
Mars.
in the Goldilocks zone.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting because we do have Mars, which almost
He's on the edge.
supported life in
Yeah.
the black,
Yeah.
in the past,
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
and Earth is supporting intelligent life.
Yeah.
Actually, I got a question for you, Yvette.
hmm
Okay, you know the classic experiment what we all did in school, how we create amino acids with the electricity and stuff to create
Yeah.
simulations of life. Has anybody ever done that experiment with radiation? Because not necessarily lightning can strike us. Maybe certain radiation can activate the amino acids. Has anybody ever done an experiment
I
like that?
am damn sure they probably tried it. I can't say I have. I'm not a chemist, so
I know.
I never really went down that route. But I would say if you Google it, there's probably some nut job has done it. If you can think of it, they probably tried it. That's a rule I stick with when somebody asks me a question like that, because if you can, they probably tried.
I've
It's
looked and I cannot
physically
find
possible.
any. I've looked and I cannot find any experiments about people using certain radiation to create the amino acids instead of the lightning itself.
Sorry, everybody say hey to Mrs. Vile.
Mrs. Vile.
Hola, buenas tardes,
Morning, how are
buenos
you,
dias.
Mrs. Val?
Elihu, I'll have a check on my servers later. If I can find something, I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you.
It's actually afternoon here, but good morning.
It's evening here, so
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
splat. We're covering the globe.
I
Kind
do
of
think
sick.
that we have a majority of morning people because there's 3 of us from the Pacific Coast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
on the right coast of the Americas.
Ah.
Sorry.
Well, if you include Mrs. Vile, we got 4 countries represented here. So
I'd like to live in San Diego, but geez, it's expensive.
No, San Francisco is more expensive than
No.
San Diego.
Elihu, last year San Diego became the most expensive city in the country.
Damn.
How is that possible?
I don't know, but let's see.
It might have something to do with the $6 billion desalination plant that they're building in San Diego.
Well, that's a good
water.
idea. I love that idea, plant. But I mean, for instance, here in the city, you can go to Burger King and they don't have the 2 for $5 menu. They have 2 for $7. An
Okay,
average
hold
combo
on.
meal
I take it
costs.
back. I take it back. New York is still number 1.
The
Yeah.
average combo meal at a fast food restaurant costs $12 to $14. That's a combo meal. McDonald's, Burger King costs juniors. The average studio
ours are
apartment
like-
rent.
I hate to
About
say it, but
3,000
that's
a month.
cheaper than here.
Yeah, Wendy's has them for like $11 here. I'm in the DC area, which is kind of expensive.
Yeah,
in
I
the
would think
US,
so.
too.
Hey,
Yeah.
babe, tell everybody where you are because my stupid brain can't remember where you said you went. So, because she's saying it's almost evening there.
But DC is like 4th or 5th in the country, behind like New York and Los Angeles and
Yeah, the tourist areas, isn't it?
$8 a pound of bacon.
I was trying to be funny and try to bring up the picture of the nun in a bikini again, but apparently for some reason it's incredibly small, even on my already small window.
yeah.
It's incredibly small. Isn't that what she said?
So our
Dear Lord. I miss you, Elihu, when you're not around.
so gasoline here is $4.19 a gallon.
And also,
Holy shit.
hold on. While you're also here, babe, tell them that no, you did not say that because I need you to defend me.
Don't complain about your gas prices too much. If you put in the conversion rate, ours comes up to like $7 or almost $8 a gallon.
I was going to say it's very high here at the moment as well.
Oh
Yeah.
I know you guys pay by the liter, which is
It's
like
about $6.50.
Oh, we go by gallons as well here.
oh
Yeah,
you
so how
do.
much is it?
We do liters in Canada,
If
Yeah.
you guys are wondering what the gas
but
price is,
in England they
go
have
to-
bigger gallons. A gallon
Yeah.
is 5 liters in England and 4 liters in the US.
Yeah, hang
There's
on.
a website. There's a website
UK
called Gas
petrol
Buddy.
price.
It's called Gas
Yeah.
Buddy. It'll check different gas prices throughout the country. Just go to
Yeah,
Gas
I mean,
Buddy, it'll check it out.
Well, what's
let's
funny
have a
is
look.
last
How
time I
much
was
is
sent out to
petrol
Yuma,
today?
where gas is almost $1.50 cheaper than it is in California. Not only did I fill my gas tank up entirely, I also brought my little 2-gallon gas can with me, and I filled it up there.
Yeah, I can believe it.
I'm like, yeah, it's only saving me $3 total, but I don't care. This $3 is a meal for me.
Yeah.
You think that's expensive? Try being a truck driver. They spend an average of $10,000 a year on gas.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So today's prices averaged, so in London it'd be higher, up north it'd be a little bit lower, is 8.101 a gallon today in US dollars.
Wow.
Yeah, that's expensive.
It's always been a lot higher here because we have to import it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Your gas prices are higher in England. They've always been higher.
Well, and here in Canada, they actually tax us extra to like discourage you from driving.
Oh yes,
so that,
the taxes
for
are
like
high
environmental
here.
reasons and stuff.
Oh
we
yeah.
We get most of our oil from Canada.
So I live. Like I say, I live in the DC area. I live in Northern Virginia. Northern Virginia is like the economic hub of the entire state. And we actually pay extra gas tax so that we can have VDOT, which is the Department of Transportation for the state, work on our roads rather than roads everywhere else in the state.
I actually don't mind paying higher gas prices because, I mean, it is a commodity that's disappearing. The only thing I resent is the only reason they're so high is because the gas companies want to make gazillions of dollars. It's not because it's actually a scarce commodity or anything like that.
Well,
it's really just price gouging.
Right now, that's basically what it is. They because when one of the rules that they have is when gas prices go up or for any sort of reason, they don't go down until the gas station's tanks are empty.
Yeah.
But
if they can leave them high, they will, right?
Raise it right then and there.
If they can,
if you guys are old enough, you will remember the Armenian War. Remember the gas crisis in '74? It's the exact same thing.
Yes, I do. Vaguely.
Yes.
I mean,
I remember something that happened 10 years before I was born. No, I
said if you're old enough, you will remember.
I would remember that, except for the part
I've been through 2 or 3 of them.
Was the year we moved to Canada, and we didn't have a car yet. We didn't have a car till like a couple of years later.
Yeah. Well, domestic oil production is non-existent, even though it should be. We should be producing our own gasoline.
Yeah, but even if we did, I mean, obviously in Canada we do, but even if we did, they would still charge the same high prices if they can get away with it. It's not like if you produce more oil within your own country, you're going to get cheaper gas. They're just going to charge you as much as they possibly can, right?
Yeah, it's a monopoly.
They use the excuse, well, we do the price of barrel, or the cost of a barrel of oil worldwide to justify the high prices everywhere.
That's how they do it. So
and that's ridiculous. Screwed over. The cost of a barrel of oil worldwide, it should be the cost of the item for the region it's in.
Wow.
They're always going to.
When did you work that out, Mike?
We can. That's
the planet never listens.
So unless you're going to change the economic system, you're never going to change the gas prices.
Well, but political expediency, especially with what's going on in other parts of the world that we won't talk about, political expediency would be to open up the Keystone Pipeline here and lower gas prices because it's a political expedient.
The only other thing that would happen with the Keystone is
the gas would
go to Texas and then it would get exported.
Pipeline help because it's an exporting pipeline, not an importing.
Yeah, the Keystone wouldn't bring down your oil prices at all. The gas that would be going through the Keystone isn't even planned to stay in North America.
Yeah,
no, it's going to go out of the
export to China.
Yes.
Like it's a bit of a misnomer. And again, they're still not going to reduce prices.
Yeah, they're not going to do it because there's no incentive for them to, because the politicians aren't going to make them cap their
And
prices,
actually,
even though they're
Keystone is
basically
like
a utility at this point.
Keystone's a 4-phase plan, and 3 of those 4 phases are already in place. There already is a Keystone pipeline taking oil to the Gulf Coast, where it gets processed, and you never get as much for that gas anyway because there's it requires more processing because it's the heavy oil from the tar sands.
Right.
Basically, it's oil saturated dirt that has to be squeezed.
Yeah. It's not the sweet oil that they have in other.
It's not like out of the ground and straight into your tank.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's like scooping something out of the red tar pits and trying to process that in a gas tank.
And I mean, really, the production increase is what, like 1% worldwide. It would increase production, so it probably wouldn't have much of an effect. It's just something to complain about. To be honest, politicians really don't affect the price of oil anywhere. It's corporations and just international demand.
I believe it's OPEC.
Yeah,
well, OPEC is a large portion of it, which sucks.
Yeah. So I mean, really, domestic production won't bring the price down. Basically, they're always going to charge the absolute most they possibly can get away with.
And the fact that all these gas companies are having record profits right now, and they're again it has nothing to do with the high gas prices or the high amount of money we're charging for everything. That has nothing to do with our high profits. It's because we're doing really well managing everything.
Right. Yeah. No.
Yes, the government can put a cap on certain items from certain companies. They can legally do that through a congressional act, which they have done that through state legislative act. Yeah, they've done it through state legislative act when the pandemic happened. Certain states, okay, we're capping this. We cannot charge anywhere in this, otherwise there's price gouging. They can actually do that. But so far, no politician has done a price cap on gas. I mean, Obama promised. Well, when when the gas hike was going up, when Obama was president, he said he will make sure that the gas price locked at $5. He never got over $5. We didn't have to do that.
Well, yeah, and that actually happened here when I forget which hurricane it was that was supposed to be so devastating to the Gulf Coast area, and gas prices went through the roof, like $6 a gallon, $6 or more a gallon. And
Katrina.
But yeah, it might have been Katrina. It might have been something else. But because this was at least, I think I was working at this one company like 2000.
Yeah.
2008, 2009, something like that.
Yeah, those things often have like a time limit, like they expire. Like we can cap prices to a certain point.
Yeah. But they got in trouble for it, though. These companies, these gas stations that hike their prices up like $3 a gallon.
Yeah, well, the better approach would be to reduce our dependence on fossil fuels, right? You know, if we had more solar, we had more hydroelectric, then we wouldn't.
Well, I would like to see you guys. I don't know if you guys in the outside the States remember this or experienced it when we had the cash for clunkers thing a few years back under Obama.
Right.
What I would like to see is something along those lines for like
electric cars. They're doing that here already, Mike.
Yeah, we got that here too.
Yeah.
I want something like that. I can actually afford a hybrid. I would love a hybrid.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually on a waiting list for a Toyota RAV4 hybrid.
The Toyotas are very good.
Before I get one.
Yeah. The Toyotas are everywhere here, the hybrids. But the hybrids are now looked down upon because the electric car has overtaken the market here. Because we're
the only problem with full electric is in the United States is our power grid is barely covered by green energy.
I understand that. That's what I'm saying. We're there because we're small enough to have the infrastructure to do
my
it.
issue with it is our distances are huge. I mean,
San Diego is kind of special because we do have the giant solar farm out in Imperial County. We got the giant wind farm out there as well. So a large portion of our energy is green, but even then, it's only like 15%.
Yep.
It's not as green as everybody thinks it is.
No, the footprints are huge for solar and wind farms.
California legislature has a hard time passing the laws because it's like, we want to get environmentally safe cars, green cars. Okay, well, we don't have this infrastructure for it. We're all for it, but we don't need infrastructure. Okay,
Yeah.
let's build some infrastructure. No, that's too expensive. That's too expensive. No, I know.
If we try to change the infrastructure, people will lose their jobs. It's like,
but there will be a net gain of jobs, I believe.
You change your jobs, you don't lose them. That's
exactly.
That's the difference. The way to look at it.
Yeah, it would be a net gain. But I mean, the problem is, especially in the States, that all your politicians are paid for by the fossil fuel company. I mean, look at Joe Manchin, is it? He owns like a coal company. So of course he's always going to like vote against things that reduce coal production or dependence on coal.
Oh yeah.
I wish every city and state would actually pass what San Francisco did. There's no lobbyists allowed inside City Hall whatsoever. You cannot lobby anything. You cannot have a lobbyist in there. You cannot petition cash for anything. You cannot petition favors for anything. That's against the law in San Francisco.
Here in BC, they banned companies being able to support politicians at all. Like
that's on the books. You can't do that.
I wish we had that here in the States.
That would be a good start. Definitely
they're all in the pockets, right? Both sides.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, there's some, I'm sure, on both sides that don't take big money.
But I think it's funny when you say both sides, Danny Lyon, because what are you talking about? The far right or the right?
Oh yeah, no, I know the right or the center right. Yeah, no, I know exactly. I'm well aware of that.
I think it's funny how a lot of people start saying, everything is socialism in the United States. Like, no, we don't have a socialist.
You guys don't even have a slightly leftish party.
Right and far right.
Yeah, no, I know. You don't even have a slightly leftish party there. It's pretty funny. I mean, honestly, if either of your parties were here in Canada, they'd be more radically right than either of our parties.
Oh, Canada.
Well, I mean, we do have a left and a right, but it's like it's just not the same.
Yeah, Andy, our left side is considered right everywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
No, I understand. No, I understand. I do understand that, but there is a left-leaning party and a right-leaning party in the country. It's just we're not so radicalized yet to that point where it's like.
Well, what's real funny is when I talk to certain people that are anti-left and anti-socialism, I try to explain to them how they're actually pro-socialism and they don't even realize it.
Yeah,
I explain that you're pro-military, right? Well, yeah, I love the military. I'm an American patriot. And I'm like, okay. So does everybody pay into the through their taxes the same amount of money toward the military? Well, no. Some people pay more and some people pay less, but everyone receives the same coverage, right? Well, yes, that's socialism.
Yep.
Yep.
Our military is socialist. You're pro-socialist.
Roads.
Thank you very much.
Building and maintaining roads. There's certain things that it's beneficial to do as a social whole, right?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's where the government needs to step in, where the individual can't do certain things. You're absolutely right about that. Building roads, maintaining some social order.
That was the whole point of Obamacare. Everybody gets exact same medical care.
Yeah.
But they don't, and that's the problem.
The trouble is, you guys are so big. I mean, we have the system you're describing, and it's not perfect by any means. Pay as you earn.
Hold on for a sec, guys. What did you want, sweetheart?
Sorry to annoy you, but you're on the live stream.
Yes, I'm on the live stream, and everyone can hear you now because I put you on speakerphone. What did you want?
You never annoy him. That's natural, right?
I want to let you know if we're going to hang out today. I have a few chores to do, including feeding the snakes.
All right, well, do your chores and call your sister and remind them to do their chores too because they didn't answer the phone when I called them earlier.
I'm going to call them myself.
Now, Addie has her phone taken away, so you have to call Cammie.
What does Addie have her phone taken away?
I don't know. I didn't talk to her mom about it yet.
Okay.
All right. Love you.
Call Cammie.
Bye.
Bye.
So I had to go into father mode for a second.
No worries.
No worries at all. Now, nuclear power is the way to go, I think, because nuclear waste is so well regulated that it's it's going to be controlled. And
well, not only that, I completely agree with you, Indy. But not only that, we could also re-enrich that uranium using other green sources such as hydro, wind, and solar.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. It's already been proven that the smallest green footprint is nuclear for now.
Right.
Until cold fusion can get below zero.
Remember, cold fusion is still going to be really hot.
Yes, for the start, like anything else. But now, nuclear is low.
Yeah, I mean, nuclear is one of the lowest footprints in the entirety of. I mean, I think hydro is technically the lowest.
Yes, because it has to be built.
Yeah,
where it already is.
We've got lots of hydro here, actually.
Yeah,
but not everywhere.
But you need the rivers, etc., to produce hydro. If you haven't got that, then
don't we have some tide ones like tidal hydro?
Yes, yeah,
or like wave powered.
Yeah,
but I don't know if that's being done on a large scale right now.
No,
it's not.
We've got one
tidal,
of Scotland.
Tidal is so corrosive in the ocean. It's one of the worst environments to build in.
Yeah, it's true.
And funnily enough,
it's very inefficient ultimately because of the waste.
Yeah, I agree. We've got a wind farm built. I'm on the coast here, and I look out and it looks pretty cool. Thousands of turbines sticking out of the water, and it's very windy where I am. And
I'd be so screwed there.
Yeah, you would be, definitely. They're using that because the footprint's lower, because they haven't done the science yet. We don't know what the vibrations, what affects dandelion, is it maybe affecting the fish? There are major problems with putting wind farms in the sea, let alone the wave producing ones. So I am not a fan of that yet.
Yeah.
Literally a fan.
Yeah.
Of
course, some areas. I think it's probably not, too bad of an idea. But there's lots of good potentials for green energy, like between all the other things, that we could just be not using so many fossil fuels. But that's never going to happen until we get
they run out.
One of the things
out of politics.
Yeah.
One of the things that upsets me is the United States should be at the forefront of fusion power.
Yeah.
But instead, France is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. All right. Okay.
Well, the United States should be at the forefront of a lot of things, but we're too lax in our education. I'll put it that way.
And it seems like one of your political parties, the only thing they try and do is prevent the other side from doing anything.
Well, the problem is both of our
if they all work together,
fusion power.
If they all work together for mutual benefit of the people they represent, as opposed to just trying to stop the other side from doing things.
That too. But again, we also have the problem that both sides are against nuclear and fusion power at this point.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with fusion, right, is it exists, it works, and it can be produced. It's just producing it takes more energy than what it outputs. So the problem is not fusion itself, it's getting the production of it down, and they are working on it. So we're there. We just got to get the production side of it to zero or lower.
One of the things that I was watching, or one of the proposals I was reading in one of the journals I was reading, I can't remember which one exactly it was, but they were talking about a system that would involve 6 fission nuclear reactors and 1 fusion nuclear reactor. And what it would do is at the startup, essentially, the 6 nuclear reactors would be used to power the fusion reactor.
Yeah.
The fusion reactor would be used to re-enrich the materials for the nuclear reactor or the fission reactors in order to keep those up, and all the excess energy would be used by the fission power would be used to actually power things.
Yeah,
I've read the same paper, Mike. It's a beautiful paper. It really is.
But they're like, unfortunately, there's nowhere in the world we could technically put it because of certain regulations and anti-nuclear sentiment.
There's certainly a lot of problems on that side,
and all the countries have to like learn to get along.
Yes,
for like mutual benefit of everybody.
Yeah, and electricity. Once you had, say, we got it through and we placed it somewhere on an island that was off the coast of England or whatever, you know.
We could put like 3 or 4 of them in the Midwestern United States and have our nuclear power covered by 50%.
Yeah, and those papers sound fantastic, but in reality, we as a people, there's few of us that would actually think, oh, that's a great idea. There are way too many people that are still very skeptical, and obviously governments get in the way. And
well, I actually had someone was talking about in the Ukraine about Russia targeting nuclear reactors, and I'm like, well, that's why I don't want nuclear reactors built here, because it's just a nuclear bomb waiting to happen. I'm like, no, that's not how a nuclear reactor works.
No, not at all.
No, education.
And the U.S. Navy has 70 years of nuclear reactor experience.
Yes.
If it wasn't safe, they wouldn't use it.
I mean, hell, did Enterprise have 4 freaking nuclear reactors on it?
I don't know how many nuclear reactors it has, but I mean, you know, all of our submarines use nuclear reactors.
Yeah,
every single one of them.
Yep.
All right,
it's education more than anything else.
And solar collectors too. So there's lots of different options for cleaner energy for sure.
I'm not a fan of solar though. The chemicals used in those, I mean, they've got better over the years. But the chemicals used in the plates has a massive footprint on the environment, because nuclear, they regulated the discharges to be properly processed, whereas solar, they haven't.
There are 93 commercial reactors in the United States.
Hold on. According to Wikipedia, the decommissioned Enterprise CVN-65 had 8 nuclear reactors.
There you go.
Yeah, and every one of them was shut down safely, and all the material, all the waste product is so regulated that it will not leak. It will not cause any kind of strange mutations. Because, I mean, come on, guys.
Oh, jeez.
All we would need is...
It's really not that safe.
It isn't, no.
Burning oil and coal and stuff actually releases more nuclear waste into the atmosphere than frickin' nuclear power plants.
Facts.
Hey, Mike, I put a link in the private chat. You can pull it up. You click on each state, it'll tell you the location of the nuclear power plant.
There is something else out there too that they're experimenting with. The DOE, Department of Energy, is experimenting with something called a molten salt reactor.
Say that again.
Molten salt. So what they do is they put this solar farm out there, but all the mirrors are pointing to a tank that has salt in it, and the salt heats up to the point where it's actually hot enough to where it becomes liquefied, and then they pump it through the system.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And they turn that and they boil water with it to turn the steam turbines.
Yeah.
To generate electricity, and then
it's a nuclear fission process. It's still nuclear. It's using, again, fossil fuel salt. So that will eventually. I mean, the seas need salt to survive, so we can't keep desalinization going forever. But it is a unique way of producing fission. However, it's not that big here in sort of Europe. I'll say that because I just had to look it up. But I have. Now you mentioned it. It's still nuclear fission at the end of the day. So, and again, it's until it's regulated, any waste products are a problem. That's why nuclear itself is so good now, because we got it almost. I mean, when you have a problem with a reactor and there's an overload, an accident, we've seen it, all of us.
Fukushima Daiichi.
It's it frightens people.
Yeah.
But if you actually compare the deaths of people working on oil rigs, on in coal mines, etc.,
Oh yeah, very.
the difference is huge, even now.
Yeah.
You know,
oh yeah,
so-
absolutely.
Solar salt isn't nuclear. No, bird. Salt isn't nuclear.
Besides, how are we ever going to get awesome superpowers without nuclear power?
That's right. We need to step in
Without
front of
radioactive
something.
fallout. Come on, people.
What we
I'm waiting
need
for
to
that.
have is a spider farm next to these things. That way we all get superpowers.
That's it. That's exactly right.
Yay,
Here we go.
superpowers.
This is the thing I was referring to about how burning coal and oil actually produces more nuclear fallout into the environment than nuclear.
Yeah.
It's all about education at the end of the day with these things. And obviously the salt one, but saying salt isn't nuclear. Nothing is nuclear until you actually make it nuclear. Nuclear fission. So, and salt can produce some. As I said, it's not a practical thing yet, but I know the science side here and America. It was the teams that work on all of these projects. Cold fusion is still top of the list.
Yep.
Really top of the list. They are still working round the clock to reduce the power to produce it.
Well, they're not reducing the power; they're reducing the heat.
And the power, because you ramp up the power to actually produce the.
Well, that's because you are correct. I'm sorry, Yvette, but
it's okay.
it takes massive amounts of power to generate the magnetic fields that contain it, because there's nothing on this planet that can actually contain it.
No, that's right.
Naturally,
but it's still power. It's electric power that actually produces the magnetic field that basically implodes a tiny sun. I've actually seen it for myself, seen one actually work, and it's an amazing event. And if we could just get that power to just zero, so it was ratioed exactly the same, it would be perfect, because output and input, you'd only be paying for distribution. So it's still really high up on the list, and they're still working very hard on it. Like you said, with the nuclear side of it, I have read that paper, and it is a beautiful piece of work. A lot of papers are. It's the practicality of it, unfortunately, is the planet we live on, the people that are here. No country has the same, and the people within it have the same ideas, and you have to all be together for something like that.
Yeah.
Like the mission to Mars, America's gonna do it. No, America jointly with a lot of other nations that agree with it are going to make it happen. With anything else. So, we have to all be there together and say yes.
Yeah.
And with the nuclear and cold fusion, that is a huge experiment, because you have to build it first.
Probably less invading each other would be good.
Yes, indeed.
Well, we can't afford. Honestly, we just as a people, we can't afford war anymore. We just can't.
Nope.
No amount of war.
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
Yep.
Well, yeah, but I was watching something a few weeks ago on World War II and the war in the Pacific, and it's like it hit me that, oh my God, the devastation.
Yeah.
World War II alone on the cost in lives and material. It was disgusting to me.
Well, and it's a continued waste of resources, right? Like we're continuing to I mean, how much of your industry in the States is dependent on like building tanks and guns and selling them to people, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's a horrible waste of like resources that could be going towards, more energy independence. Or like helping people at like a base level. It's like
if we didn't have the military budget, we would have great health care in this country.
Oh yeah.
And we could help the homeless, the increasingly homeless in places like California and Oregon, where they're actually going because it's easy for them to go there. You
guys remember this program when Governor Gavin Newsom was mayor of San Francisco called Care Not Cash? Basically, it was a hotel room. You get paid by a little city subsidy. You get housing, not in a shelter, but in a hotel room, and eventually an SRO, room occupancy. You own an apartment, basically. You can actually look for work at a part-time job and still get benefits. Some people got full off the benefits, but still qualify subsidy housing because of their income, and they are not homeless, which is a great fucking program.
They've done experiments like that here too. I mean, and even during COVID, where a lot of really impoverished communities, particularly out on the East Coast, where they were getting a basic income, basically, and it actually ended up everybody got richer, because when you give money to people at the bottom, they tend to spend the money, right? Like it's not like Jeff Bezos buys like how many super yacht, right? It's like when people at the bottom have the money, they spend the money, which means the guy who owns the restaurant gets more business, and
people eating out more.
Isn't forced to go and
Isn't that amazing, Dandelion? It's like the trickle down effect is the exact opposite.
It's the trickle up effect, and the funny thing is, all those super rich people still get super rich. I mean, there's like a limit to how much money you really need, right? Like people don't need like billions of dollars. There's just no need.
How much? Yeah.
I don't. I kind of get miffed about the fact that there are people in this country that earn more money in a minute than I'll earn all year,
or in a lifetime, right? Like, it's ridiculous. It's kind of funny. I always tease my brother-in-law because he buys a lot of stuff off Amazon, and I'm like, every time a package shows up, I'm like, oh, you're buying Jeff Bezos another mega yacht. I mean, I don't resent people like gaining wealth, but there's just a point at which there's no need to be.
There's a point where it gets obscene.
It's ridiculous, right?
And it gets to the point where those people, they become obsessed with their wealth because they can't afford not to be.
Right.
Yeah. Hey guys, I just looked this up. Jeff Bezos makes approximately $8,961,187 an hour.
And now for the counter argument, we have Bird of Prey.
Hey, Bird.
Hello, world. It's Bird of Prey 5. Kapla.
Kapla, Bird.
I'm the voice for the voiceless.
Or
the voiceless billionaires who are being treated like crap here.
Treating them like crap. People
You're saying that
wealth,
they don't need more money.
We're not shitting all over them. We're pissing on them, okay? It's a different story. It's a golden shower. We're not shitting on them.
I mean, and some of them are making money at the expense of the people who are actually working for them, right? If like the people working for you are forced to like use food stamps or work 70 jobs or several jobs just to make ends meet, and they're like can't afford anything, it's not beneficial to society.
Yeah, I'll give you an example right now.
Bird has a good example.
last week I was scheduled for my part-time job 67 or actually 77 hours that got reduced to 67 hours. Now, I said, if I'm going to be getting these kind of hours, I want salary so I can get, benefits, because right now, a large chunk of my paycheck has to pay for my health insurance. And they're like, okay, in that case, we reduced your hours by 10. And that's why I got 67 instead of 77. And I'm really?
Are you an independent contractor, Mike?
No, I am a part-time employee. Who consistently gets more than 40 hours a week.
Then you're not a part-time employee, and you're supposed to get benefits at that point. Anything over 32 hours a week,
only salary
employee.
in this company, because it's a federally mandated, or a federally company, because it crosses state lines. Only salaried employees have to get benefits. If you're paid by the hour, you don't.
That's ridiculous. That's an insane problem.
That's an independent contractor for you. That's what Uber
Quit
had a
and
problem
find
with.
another place.
But Mike
I was going to say the laws are very similar here, and I used to pick, apart from teaching, if I was taking on a contract, I would not go salary because I got more benefit being paid by the hour.
See, it's the exact opposite here. And when you say, well, just go find something better, looking for a job is a full-time job in of itself. If I'm spending, 60 hours a week working, what time am I supposed to spend looking for another job? Especially when the time I'm supposed to be working is peak time for job interviews and talking to potential employers.
Yeah. It's never as simple as all that.
Well, I won't say anything because I practically fell into my current job, so it practically came to me. So,
well, I'm not one to say that, because the job I had while I was able to work, I basically found me.
Jobs do that.
I kind of fell into this job too, because what happened is I was working extremely part-time on general contractor work, and then the company I'm working for now poached me from the other company I was working as a general contractor in by basically saying, we'll give you more hours. I just wasn't expecting the hours I'm getting on average.
Right. Yeah, because you're supposed that's full-time employment, Mike.
Yeah. Anything over 32 hours, you get benefits, dude.
I'm surprised California doesn't have a rule for that. Aren't they? Aren't they already forcing gig employees to get benefits?
No, that did not pass.
No, it didn't.
Oh.
No.
It's the same here, though.
Because some of my work is in California, some of my work is in Arizona, so that's why I get judged on both laws. So that's one of the things that sucks about it.
Yeah, that sounds like the company is playing fast and loose with the rules. For your
employment. Be fast and loose, but it's 100% legal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at Uber. Watch that show, Super Pumped.
Well, that's the whole point. If you put the choice in the employee's hands, some will take salary because it's stable, and some will take hourly because it's more beneficial, depending on what you do.
Well, and that's the thing too, Yvette. I can't go hourly because of what I do for a living.
Corporations by law here have to offer you a salaried job once you get to, I think, 40 hours a week. However, as an employee, you can choose.
Right here, as an engineer, as a project manager for an engineering firm, I am a salaried employee, which means I have to work the hours that I have to work to get the job completed.
Mm-hmm. Salaried. That is the downside to a salaried job. You're taken out of the numbers. You're paid no matter what you do, and they can take advantage of you that way. So, corporations will salary someone that is working over and above, but it was law, and I used to be salaried on some contracts, and then I got the options changed, and I could choose to be paid hourly.
Yeah.
Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to be paid hourly if I'm doing 20 hours a day on a project for 3 weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're pretty good where I am. I'm salaried, but if I have to work, like right now, it's pretty busy, so I might have to work extra hours. But then I'll work fewer hours later on in the year. Like they don't really question.
That's a good thing for a company to be.
It does depend on the job. It does depend on the job, though.
Yeah.
Like from an Uber driver to a physicist, it depends on what kind of work you're doing, whether it's beneficial for salary or hourly.
Absolutely.
In Yvette's case, it's hourly.
Yeah.
Not
And
always.
that's true here too, Dandelion. And by the way, Dandelion, I like your accent.
I have an accent?
Yes, you do.
Well, I suppose I do. Everybody does.
It's an English and American mix.
Canadian.
Yes, Canadian. Absolutely.
It's Canadian.
It's because Yvette's here. My English accent comes out when there's somebody else English.
Yeah. You sound more English to me.
Southern.
Yeah.
When I'm around other Southern people, my Southern accent definitely drops out.
Yeah, I'm sure if I was talking to people in the South, I'd probably wind up with a Southern accent too. It's ridiculous.
Talking Southern again, going to Walmart, don't you?
And by the way,
I think it was Mrs. Vile who said last time I went to Texas and came back, it took me like 3 weeks to drop the twang.
The drawl.
Yeah. So, Bird, I have a question about what's going on in New York with the Amazon employees. So, what's going on there?
They voted to unionize.
Good for them.
Well, I don't know if it will be good for them or not.
Yeah,
in the long run.
Every metric ever done, unionized work is better for the employees.
Yeah, but it's not better for me, the person waiting for the Amazon packages.
Right, and you're dependent upon Amazon for a lot of things.
Yeah, for the most part. So I just hope they continue to work and they don't.
I wouldn't want to get something like super faster, just to somebody to not get to go to the bathroom, just so I could get my package like a bit early.
Basically, they're going to do the same delivery policies as U.S. Postal delivery persons. They have the same thing they can do. They can take the bathroom breaks, take the lunch breaks. They can. It's the same thing basically. That's what the unionization did. It helped the drivers and the warehouse workers.
We should have that kind of stuff for when it comes to packages or non-perishables. Then, when it comes to perishables, they should be able to hire more people to cover that. That way, it can be done faster because it's perishable.
And you can afford it.
Have everybody do everything.
Well, a lot of warehouse jobs can be robotic now too, where the robot can find the item.
Drivers soon enough. We don't have to worry about them taking bathroom breaks.
Right, exactly.
No, did you hear about? It was a couple of years back where one of the Amazon robots accidentally bear maced everybody inside the warehouse.
Yeah. No.
Bear maced.
Oops.
Hold on, let me see if I can bring it up.
Oh, bear maced.
Yeah.
Why would they give a robot mace?
It probably was picking it from the part. It was probably picking it up, and it squeezed too hard, and it released
possibly
the bear mace into the.
I thought these were security bots armed with mace.
No, they're
203s. Okay, they haven't got that advanced yet.
There are actual robots that can find the package and pick it up and deliver it to the conveyor belt that takes it to packaging and whatnot.
Yeah, but here's the thing: there's still going to be humans to put the stuff on the shelf.
Not necessarily. I mean, the robots can probably do that as well. If they can take it off
unload,
the
they can
put it
unload
on
the truck. They can sort the packages and put it on the shelves. And
Coming.
have
It's
everybody
all
know.
coming
It is.
sooner than later.
Yeah.
It's
There's
actually
more
Then where are you
robotics
going to be
here.
with your
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, these things
labor union when the robots come?
these things are here, and they use the UPC code to know where to place the item. They know where the item is stored. They can find it. They can move it. They can probably take it off the truck.
Why do we have a swirling wheel of death happening here?
I'm trying to bring up the article.
Ah, gotcha. I wasn't sure. Like, it seemed like it had been a while.
But because I got 6 people on and because my computer sucks, it's taking a while.
Ah.
Air repellent accident.
Oh, dear. Damn.
Oh my god, that's just hilarious. I'm so
2
sorry,
dozen
people.
Amazon warehouse
Racing is not
employees in
fun,
New Jersey
but
were hospitalized Wednesday, one in critical condition after a robot punctured a can of bear repellent, according to local reports. The news was soon picked up by national outlets and spread on social media, partly because it's a perfect horror story for the year of our Lord 2018.
oh god.
I actually have a really funny bear spray story. It wasn't someone I knew, but it was a friend told me that they went camping with some newbies, and the people actually sprayed their tent with the bear spray, like thinking that's how it worked, like mosquito repellent.
Oh my gosh!
They could sleep in their tent.
No!
Goodness.
No!
Oh man,
Isn't there
that's
regulations now? I know it's in Alaska that if you buy bear mace, you have to get a legal demonstration how to use it before you purchase it.
Oh, I don't
I'm
know.
not sure
I
that's
carry
everywhere
bear
else,
spray with
but-
me everywhere when I go hiking. So
We don't have bears, but we do have the human mace.
yeah, I think it's a little different, but
I've
yeah.
been maced before.
I have been too. Somebody released it. We were at a restaurant, me and a buddy of mine, and it was getting near the end. It was the pepper spray,
Yeah,
and
the pepper
somebody
spray.
outside the restaurant used it to protect themselves, but it got into the ventilation system.
Oh no.
It was
Yeah,
throughout the
it's just
entire
horrible
restaurant.
stuff.
It's
Ooh.
terrible. It's second hand is
Yeah.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your face
Oh, yeah.
burns,
Coughing.
your cheeks are on fire. Ouch.
The thing to remember is if you've ever chopped up a chili and forgotten you chopped it up and rubbed your eyes, that's amazing.
Oh
End
yeah,
of.
no, I've
Yeah.
done. Well, actually, once I
And-
was making hot pepper jelly, and I've actually got like chemical burns on my hands.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's
man.
the pepper spray is very nasty, and if you have allergies, is deadly to some. But on the whole, I presume the bear mace is the same make. Again, we don't have bears
The
here.
bear mace is definitely worse than human mace.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they're bigger, aren't they?
Yeah,
Well, some of them.
and I've been tear gassed too, because in the U.S. military you have to go into a closed.
1%. Yeah, 1% of
Yeah.
the 1%.
You have to go into a closed room and sing a song as you're being tear gassed.
Ugh.
And you breathe through your mouth as you sing that, not your nose.
Yeah.
Nobody told you that, huh?
Oh, it didn't affect me hardly at all. I didn't feel any effect of it at all.
Oh,
With some people, it's true. People, that's why the pepper spray is better. Because
It has an effect on everyone.
Yeah.
Just different levels.
Yeah, tear gas doesn't affect everyone.
Now, if you see somebody vomit, that means they're breathing through the nose.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a really pleasant conversation.
Hasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hasn't really been nerdy related all too much, but it's been fun.
Sorry.
A little bit there in the middle about nuclear power, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Have you
I
guys heard
enjoyed the
about-
opportunity to let my lefty liberal
Yes.
socialist flag fly for a moment or two here on the YouTubes, which I generally don't do.
No,
Yeah.
You guys
and
heard about
your
the,
knowledge
new
is
Doctor Strange?
exceptional, Dandelion.
And-
You hear about the news of Doctor Strange, guys?
No, and don't. If it's a spoiler, don't tell me because I avoid all that stuff.
So
Died?
I watched the first episode of Halo. That was pretty good. I've never played the games because I can't use my left hand.
Hmm.
Because
let
I
me
had
tell
a
you-
stroke. I had a
let me tell you
stroke when
this.
I was 3 years old, so I can't use
Oh.
the things, the
Mhm.
game controllers very well.
All right,
But
Indy, have you seen the Halo movie Forward into Dawn?
I have not.
All right, since you've seen the first episode and I haven't, I believe you can find Forward Unto Dawn free on YouTube.
Okay, sounds good.
Guys,
What
creator of the
platform
show
is
Halo.
the show on? Like, where
It's
does
on,
one watch
Paramount,
the show?
Paramount Plus. The
Oh,
creator
yeah, I
of the
don't
show,
have that.
the creator of the show Halo said, "quote We did not play or watch the game when we made the show." Unquote.
I'm sure people
All right,
are
hold
like
on.
outraged.
Yeah, people are, because it doesn't follow the purpose of the game. I'm like, okay, I've never seen or played the game, so I might be interested in watching it.
That would be
I
like
got Paramount
me.
Plus.
That would be
It's
like me
Resident
making the
Evil, though,
show.
when they did it. Sorry,
Pointless.
Jeff.
Well, yeah, and I have heard that the show does not follow the game very closely, if at all.
Mm.
It's like they borrowed the characters and they borrowed the basic concept, and that's it.
Yeah, it's not the first time, and it won't be the last. They do that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about watching it.
Lara Croft, Tomb Raider.
All right,
You know,
Indy,
I
I'm going
can
to post
listen.
this in the chat for you because
Okay.
that should be the entire Halo 4 Forward Unto Dawn live action film. And tell me, just send me a message on Twitter or whatnot if you think that the show is on par or better than that.
Well, I'm not on Twitter and I'm not on Facebook, and I'm not on. I don't do the social medias, but
Bravo,
I will
Indy.
let you know.
If it wasn't for the eBay store, I wouldn't be on social media either.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything yet. The only thing I see is from Elihu.
It's in the public chat.
Oh.
It's in the regular chat,
It's
not
the
the
public
private
chat.
chat.
Yeah, the regular
Oh,
chat.
okay. Gotcha. Okay.
I did the public check. That way, if anyone else watches this on a later date, that they can click the link too.
Right, I got it. Okay, that's cool.
I don't have YouTube. Well, otherwise, I would have put when I put in the private chat in the public, so everybody can look at it. But
Yeah.
But
I got them
I played the games up until Halo 5. I haven't played anything after Halo 5. But I really enjoyed the movie. In fact, I thought the movie Forward into Dawn made Halo 4 better.
That's cool.
Because it's told from the perspective of a minor character from Halo 4.
Right. Well, the first episode, are you going? I don't want to spoil it for anybody if you don't want to hear it, but the first episode, I think it's a good start for the show. I don't know anything about Master Chief other than he's the main character, and the Covenant are the big bad aliens, and they use like ring world type things. That's the only thing I know about Halo.
Well, you're kind of close. Halo has a very convoluted backstory.
I just imagine like bulky characters wearing lots of like armor and carrying big guns. That's my thinking when I think of Halo.
Yeah,
basically, yeah.
When I go to Halo as well.
Yeah. And the Covenant
high
have these
high altitude jump.
Yeah. And
Felix
Covenant
Bumgarner
aliens. And the Covenant aliens have these double-edged sword things, which are kind of cool.
Oh, there's
They're
aliens in
basically
it. I didn't know
lightsabers.
that. Like, I honestly don't know anything about the game.
But one
I've
of the
heard
fun
of it.
things
That's about all
the
Right.
Dawn film
I can say.
is the Warthog, which is the Spartan or the Halo Jeep looking thing,
Yeah.
was actually built by fans, and the movie company got permission to use it, but they
Nice.
only had one, and they couldn't
Wow.
really damage it. So every time you see that Jeep in the film, it is the same one used over and over and over again.
Nice. Nice.
So even if you see one get destroyed, that was fake. And for all the real shots, it's the one fan designed one.
That's cool.
They did a fantastic job.
That's nice. I like that.
So I want to get a hold of I forget what the car is called, but there was a show in the 70s. It was kind of a kid show Saturday morning called Arc 2. And it was this big ass vehicle, like, Earth has been destroyed, and now these three young scientists are going out.
I remember that.
In this giant ass vehicle, helping people out, right? And they had this rover, and I want the rover. And apparently there's a car that's very similar to the rover that you can get in the EU. I want to get a hold of one of those things because I think that was the coolest vehicle.
Okay, I just looked it up, and I'm looking at what you're talking about, and apparently people have said that the Tesla truck that Elon showed off is supposed to be reminiscent of the Arc 2 rover and the DeLorean.
It doesn't. That Tesla truck doesn't look anything like the rover.
Oh,
it's not even loaded.
Hold on, I'm trying to bring up a picture.
Yeah.
I do not remember Arc 2. I'm looking at IMDb.
I don't think it made it over here.
So
I've never heard of this show, so I'm shocked.
No.
It was one of those Saturday morning things, live action type things. Jason
vaguely recall it. I think what about was the year that was
76 to 79.
Yeah, see, I was probably a bit young. I probably sort of like vaguely remember it.
Terry Lester, Jean Marie Han, and
definitely not here. I would have remembered that.
That's it. It's the Brubaker box. That's the car that's actually the design inspiration for the rover. And you got it exactly, Mike.
It also kind of looks like the milk carton shuttles from Star Trek.
I don't know why it's so small, but you see that image?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're talking about when it comes to the bottom one is the Tesla.
Yep.
And then you got the DeLorean and the Arc 2 thing.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Arc 2. Yeah, the Arc 2 itself, yes, definitely. The funny thing is they were out in the ranch, California ranch somewhere, like on a backstage. And they couldn't drive the thing successfully without knowing that there was nothing in front of it, because there was no way to see what was generally in front of you, because they were so high up in the vehicle when they drove it.
Oh, geez. That's not good.
No.
That's how things get run over.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. But they're out there and, they've got this shooting, they've got this ranch where they shoot movies and stuff. So they were pretty safe.
All right. I was able to find a larger version.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
that's horrible.
Yeah, it's kind of ugly. But then again, most Teslas are a bit ugly, really.
Yeah.
I won't argue there.
Yeah.
And the problem is Elon gets to have final say on a lot of that stuff, and he's just a fucking moron. So
yeah,
it's actually crazy.
He really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least he spends his money, though, guys. He does spend his money.
We have an edit button. I'm like, no, use spell check before you hit the tweet button. Jeez.
Yeah.
And how you doing, Phil?
Hey, Phil.
Hey, Phil.
Hello,
Phil. That Brubaker box is supposedly available in the EU.
Oh, I'm sure it is. You wouldn't believe the cars you can buy out here that one person will buy, and everyone else looks at them like, "What the fuck did you spend your money on?"
Yeah, like
so many hideous
Cruises when they first came out.
Yeah, well, not Musk haters, just like Musk questioners. We're not like on the bandwagon.
I don't hate him. He's batshit crazy.
I hate him. I most definitely hate him because he supports bad science.
Yeah.
Well,
and I mean, he
he
seems
was-
like a bit of a dick.
Starlink and non-reflective black, and they're messing with any observations.
Yes, the suit thing was hilarious. Eli, who? Come on, didn't you laugh your arse off with that one? I did.
Okay, yeah, that was
But
fun.
he does spend his billions of dollars. That, as Dandelion was saying, most billionaires don't spend their money.
No.
Whereas Elon Musk chucks
Okay,
it back
hold on,
into
Yvette.
the
I've got to
industry.
disagree with you there.
Okay.
He spends a lot of other people's money.
That's true.
Yes, that I
He
suppose.
gets investors to invest, then
Yes.
he spends that money, and then if
Yeah.
it fails, he doesn't lose any money. If it
Yeah.
succeeds, then he starts making
He's
money.
got very good accountants.
Actual money into it.
Yeah.
But there's money.
So
If you're going to invest in Elon Musk, you're taking a risk. All right.
Oh, yeah.
yes,
So-
a huge risk because about
It's like
90%
gambling.
of the stuff he suggests fail.
No way. Really? That's why he's batshit crazy.
Yeah, he is
Yeah.
batshit crazy. He's just a rich batshit crazy guy.
Mm,
Yeah. They can really get away with a lot.
mm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Spins the wheels.
I
Yeah.
am very pro science, but Elon Musk is a fucking idiot. I mean, he's great at marketing, but he doesn't know shit about how science actually works.
No.
I mean, have you
Really?
seen the specs for the fucking Hyperloop?
I
Oh
have.
yeah, that was.
I tell you what.
that was so stupid.
It's just like reading a comic book for us. When he comes out with something new, it's like, oh my god, let's see what he's come up with this time. You know, it's just
Yeah.
absolute amazement that maybe one thing
Okay.
will come out of it. But
You remember when Elon Musk did his little cameo appearance in Iron Man 2 and people were like, oh, Elon Musk, the real life Iron Man. I'm like, no. He's not the real life Iron Man. He's the real life Maxi Zeus.
Yeah,
He's a rich guy who thinks he's above everybody else.
Was he in Iron Man 2? I don't even remember that.
He
I've
had a
not seen
cameo
Iron Man
appearance
2.
in Iron Man 2.
The best thing
I
he was
saw
on
the
with
original
SNL
one.
was when he was played himself on SNL.
Oh, I
didn't
saw
see
that.
either.
I think Darren showed me that. It's the one in Mars. Was it? the
Yeah, he
Mars
played.
one?
Yes, he
Yeah.
played himself with Todd on Mars.
Yeah,
Okay.
Todd. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that was quite funny. That one.
Yeah, that was the best skit he was in was when he was playing himself.
I'll have to look that one up because SNL has not been funny for decades.
I
Well, I'm
wouldn't
pretty
say
sure
all of those
Elon
are
Musk
funny.
would make it funnier.
No, it was just the fact he was in it amused me. I don't.
He was the host.
I hadn't
too.
seen it before.
Yeah.
so-
No, I remember him being the host. I just meh. I am so disinterested in him that I couldn't be bothered to like
Yeah, I really
look it up on
enjoyed that.
YouTube
that last
after. I
skit,
certainly
though.
never. Well, I can't watch it on TV, but
Yeah, I really enjoyed that skit. That was funny as shit.
that's
Well, who are we talking about?
Elon
Actually
Musk.
happened, but
Your favorite person in the world.
Wow. You really do hate everybody.
I don't hate Elon Musk. I'm just disinterested in Elon Musk.
Well, yeah,
I find him amusing in
I,
his ideas.
I'm disinterested, but I went back to see what he did on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, then I would have had to like try and find it on YouTube
Yeah,
or
I'm gonna-
something.
I'm gonna
It
go
was
look
pretty
that
easy
up.
to find.
Yeah.
I couldn't be bothered. I'm just so not interested.
never
I-
mind.
Speaking of disinteresting, Will Smith and the whole thing.
Oh.
Oh my God, celebrities have no place doing anything other than keeping us entertained.
Well, they certainly do that.
It was quite entertaining, though,
I don't know,
wasn't it?
but I thought him
Indeed.
slapping Chris Rock was kind of entertaining.
Hmm.
I mean, in that respect, I was entertained.
Yeah.
I'm expecting to be because I wasn't watching the Oscars,
Right.
but
yeah,
I did watch it after it.
I mean,
Well,
I
it
certainly
got the Oscars
expect
in the
Will Smith
papers.
to be
It was the only 2 minutes of the show I watched.
what's
Yep.
the word? What's the word? He's very
Under the thumb.
forthright, I should
Oh.
say. You know, because I also saw the clip where he was at the gun range with the other guy who didn't know anything about guns, and he basically disarmed the guy as soon as the guy pulled the gun, began to raise the gun above, pointing it at the floor. because Will Smith knows gun safety, and this other guy had no clue that he was putting anybody in danger at all.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, and Vile, this as we get back to gun safety, because I was listening, but I wasn't on the panel at the time. I'm pretty sure, Vile, your family is just really bad with guns, and it doesn't mean that everybody's bad with
I would
guns.
absolutely agree with you. On my dad's side, they're much more cautious and much better at that kind of stuff. It was my dad's side that taught me gun safety, not my mom's side.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry that happened to you, but that's not the usual.
Ones. Go figure.
Yeah.
Well, it just goes to show how good safety gear is. Without the steel cap-toed shoes, well, Mike wouldn't have a foot.
Well, you know, had you died, I guess it just would have been God's plan anyway. So no harm, no
coffee
foul.
cup for you, Mike.
As an atheist, Bird, that doesn't make me feel better.
No, but it'll make you feel better
I found a
eventually.
coffee cup for you, Val, Mike.
but
I definitely need that coffee mug for a CNA stream where I'm actually showing my face.
I need that too. Definitely need that. Oh my God.
All right. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream because I got to go pick up a bunch of kids.
Very good.
So,
All right. Thanks, Mike.
I will see everyone next week when we do the animal jeopardy.
Excellent.
I will do my best to be here, Mike.
Probably will not be here because
no,
I'm not going to be in town next Sunday. I'm going to go visit my sister 4 hours away. So
enjoy yourself.
They will. I'll be able to sleep because they won't have weird, noises going on all night. I hope.
Yeah.
Sleep.
I hope you get loads of sleep.
There won't be fans from the turkey barns keeping me awake all night.
Oh, and yes, Phil,
lucky you.
I do agree with your statement there, except for the fact that he disregards his scientists where they don't agree with what he wants to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
he deserves some praise. He absolutely deserves some praise.
Told some of his scientists, if it doesn't work the way I want it to, you have to change the laws of nature.
Change laws of physics.
Yeah.
But, all right. I gotta go, guys. So thanks for everybody for joining, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Take care, Mike.
Very good.